far from the madding crowd. It began with a look, a fleeting glance between two people on a country road. Gabriel Oak, a humble shepherd with steady hands and a heart as true as the hills of Wessex, saw her first. Bathsheba Everdene, proud and radiant atop her horse, rode past him beneath the early spring light. Her beauty wasn't merely in her face but in her spirit, wild, self-assured, alive. She was, Gabriel thought, the kind of woman who drew the gaze of the whole world without ever asking for it. That night, Gabriel could not sleep. Within weeks, he found the courage to visit her aunt's house and propose. His offer was simple, honest: a small farm, a good life, and a loyal heart. Bathsheba laughed gently but refused. "I do not wish to be any man's property," she said, "even to be loved as you would love me." And with that, she rode out of his life. But fate, with its quiet irony, had other plans. Not long after, Gabriel's flock of sheep, his entire livelihood, was lost in a tragic accident. Ruined and homeless, he wandered until chance led him to Weatherbury, a quiet farming village. There he discovered that Bathsheba had inherited her uncle's estate and become mistress of a vast farm. When a fire broke out in her barn one night, Gabriel, without hesitation, rushed into the flames, saving her property and earning her gratitude. She hired him as her shepherd, and so began a new chapter, one filled with unspoken longing and uneasy respect. Bathsheba was a woman ahead of her time, proud, intelligent, and determined to run her own affairs. Her beauty and independence drew attention from every corner of Weatherbury, but it was the attention of three men that would shape her fate. First, there was Gabriel Oak, steadfast and loyal, the quiet strength of the fields. Second, Farmer Boldwood, a prosperous but lonely man, serious and dignified. And third, Sergeant Frank Troy, a dashing soldier with charm like fire and danger behind his smile. In a moment of playful impulse, Bathsheba sent a valentine to Boldwood, a teasing gesture she meant as nothing more than fun. But to him, it was no jest. It awoke in his lonely heart a passion so deep and desperate that it would soon consume him. While Boldwood's obsession grew, Bathsheba met Sergeant Troy by chance in the woods. He was everything Gabriel was not: bold, reckless, magnetic. His words dazzled her. His flattery swept her off her feet. Though Gabriel warned her that Troy's reputation was far from spotless, Bathsheba, blinded by excitement, fell under his spell. Against all good sense, she married him. The farm buzzed with gossip, but Gabriel said nothing. He simply worked, loyal, silent, and ever watchful, his heart quietly breaking. Marriage, however, revealed the truth. Troy, charming though he was, proved irresponsible and cruel. He gambled, neglected the farm, and flaunted his careless behavior. Bathsheba's pride kept her silent, even as her dreams began to wither. Then came the day when Troy vanished, swept away at sea, or so the rumors said. Bathsheba was left alone once more, her heart a tangle of shame and grief. In time, Boldwood reappeared, more determined than ever to make her his wife. "You were meant for me," he said, his eyes burning with obsession. Bathsheba, weary and uncertain, felt trapped between guilt and pity. But fate, ever merciless, had one last twist to deliver. Months later, at a Christmas party on Boldwood's estate, a figure appeared at the door, drenched, ragged, but unmistakably alive. Sergeant Troy had returned. His eyes gleamed with anger and greed. He demanded his wife back. The room fell into chaos. Boldwood, driven beyond reason, confronted him. A moment of madness, then silence. When the tumult cleared, Troy was gone, and Boldwood stood trembling, his future lost to the law. Bathsheba's world fell into stillness once more. The farm endured, though her spirit seemed dimmed by all it had cost her. Through every season, Gabriel remained, her quiet guardian, her unspoken protector. When the storms came, it was Gabriel who saved her harvest. When loneliness returned, it was Gabriel who offered kindness without condition. Time, that slow healer, worked its quiet magic. Bathsheba began to see Gabriel not as a shepherd or servant, but as the one constant in her ever-shifting world. Then one morning, Gabriel came to her door with gentle finality. "I must leave," he said. "There is work for me elsewhere. The farm runs well enough without me." Bathsheba felt something within her twist painfully. For the first time, she realized the depth of what she had nearly lost. "Don't go," she said softly. And for the first time, her voice trembled. That spring, beneath the soft golden sky of Wessex, Bathsheba Everdene and Gabriel Oak were quietly married. No fanfare, no spectacle. Just two souls who had weathered the storms and found, at last, their way to peace. The people of Weatherbury spoke of it as a simple wedding, but for those who knew, it was something far greater, the triumph of patience over pride, of steady love over wild passion. And in the green valleys, where the wind whispered through the fields, Bathsheba and Gabriel walked side by side, no longer mistress and shepherd, but equals, bound by all they had endured. Far from the noise of the world, far from vanity and folly, they found the quiet kind of happiness that endures, steady as the turning of the seasons, humble as the earth itself.